Hello everyone, in this video we are going to quickly go over the latest project in Arc Raiders. It is the trophy display. Once you've completed this, there's 5 stages to complete, and once you've done that you'll get these rewards. We've got a howler mode, we've got the Jupiter, an acoustic guitar, energy clips, and 300,000 coins. On top of that, from the project screen here we can see the trophy display. Other than that, there's nothing else that it does. I was thinking Tarkov and displaying things on it and things like that. At the minute, no, just those rewards basically, and you can see it here. That is all there is to it. I will guide you through step by step now, though, through all 5 pages to give you some tips along the way. This could be quite a lengthy one, if I'm being honest with you, but hopefully this video can help if you are wondering how to get some things. And if it does help, don't forget to hit like, comment, and subscribe for more. Thank you very much. So let's start with page 1, which is roaming threats. Your first objective is to gather 3 rusted bolts. You'll be rewarded with 10 mod components for that. You want 15 pop triggers. You'll get 3 power rods for that. It's 15 tick pods for 10 of the real currency to get outfits and stuff. And then you want to find 5 surveyor volts for a light gun parts blueprint, which is a very good reward indeed. We'll start with rusted bolts, and these can be found loads of places, if I'm being honest with you. But if you go to Damn Battlegrounds, the area I'm going to suggest to find these is over near the control tower and research and administration. But if we zoom in a little bit, the primary facility here is a mechanical and industrial area. This is where you're going to be able to find things like rusted bolts, and here is a great place to find them. I found all of mine here and got these quite quickly. For the pop triggers, again, a very common item because it's a very common arc enemy found in buildings. They are quite annoying and they'll probably explode on you a lot of the time, just giving you some free resource anyway. But Stellar Montis is definitely going to be the best map for this. Stellar Montis, all over the place, you got to find things like pop triggers and fireballs. So I just farm this map until you have enough for the project. And then for tick pods, we'll use exactly the same map. We're going to go to Stellar Montis. You need quite a few of these. And again, ticks can be found all over the place on every single map, really. However, if we head to Stellar Montis and go to the cultural archives, we're going to find loads of ticks in this area. And if we just go down a level and go to the seed vault and get inside the seed vault, then there's going to be a lot of ticks inside of there as well. Just one run of Stellar Montis going into the seed vault and the cultural archives, you're probably going to be nearly done, to be honest with you, because there's that many. And then moving on to surveyor vaults, this is going to be the most difficult one of this step because you need to find quite a few of them, and these can be quite a rare enemy to find. They don't always appear, however, when they do give off a big beam of light to tell you where they are, and then they can be quite annoying to kill as well, depending on what weapons that you have. So if you've taken something like an anvil with heavy rounds, you can get it done quite quick. A hole cracker, if you're there with some light ammo and a kettle, though, it's going to take a very long time, so just bear that in mind. Areas that I like to search for these is Damn Battlegrounds. If we inspect the map here, I often find one in the swamp area, like the South Swamp Outpost. You'll see some around there from time to time, but also over in the lakes as well, the Red Lakes. You can find them in this area also. Besides that, though, I'd say you can find them on Spaceport quite frequently, Buried City. Another area I like to look, though, is the Blue Gate. On the Blue Gate map, just get up high, look for that blue beam of light, and when you find it, go and hunt it down. But if these are proving difficult for you and you're just not getting them to spawn, because it can be like that, they can be that annoying, make sure you're also hitting any arc courier that you come across. It's only the arc couriers where these can spawn, but they'll always give you something off one of the arc. So be it a surveyor vault or something else. If you get lucky with these, you can get them without even finding surveyors. Once you have found all of your loot, you'll be able to hand each one of these in by committing the resources and move on to step 2. And step 2 is Soaring Menaces. For this, we're going to need to find 10 spotter relays, 3 expired respirators, 20 wasp drivers, and 15 hornet drivers. You'll be rewarded with Vita sprays, the cloak thing that makes you go invisible, 20 of the real currency for outfits and stuff, and then you're going to get one of those Vita shots that you can stab in yourself to heal yourself as a blueprint. Now, for the spotter relays, these can be a little bit annoying, but you can farm them quite easily once you found a bombardier. Bombardiers will have the two spotters. They're the only way to get. To be honest with you, is when you find a bombardier, these things are what scout you out, so the bombardier can bomb you, and you just want to farm these. Now, a great location that I like to use for a bombardier is on Buried City. If we inspect the map, they can spawn in different locations, and the best spawn for this is going to be just in between the hospital and the space travel building. It'll spawn on top of the parking garage. If it spawns here, you can just go into the space travel building across the way. Gives you a lot of good cover, and you can just keep on shooting down the spotter drone. Someone wants to go down, you can go down and collect your relays, and then just keep on doing this until you have what you need. Now, if they don't spawn on the parking garage on Buried City, it can also spawn in Murano Park in the center. It can also spawn down in Old Town as well. There's a couple of spawn locations for the Bombardier. It's the same principle. Get some good cover and just keep on taking out the spotter drones and collecting the loot until you have enough. Next, you are going to want to find some expired respirators, and there's two great locations for these. You only need 3 of them. Again, we're going to head to Buried City. If we inspect the map here, you want to head to the hospital building. This is a high loot value area, and these can just be lying around on beds. It can also be found in loot containers as well. So just head to the hospital, keep on going there until you get the 3 that you need. There's also another medical area on Buried City. If you're not looking at the hospital, you can head south to Piazza Augusto, and there is a pharmacy here that you can go inside and also try your luck there. However, you can also go to Stella Montis as well, and they do spawn very regular in the medical research area. Again, this is a medical area. You'll find these here for sure. Again, they can be in containers, so just lying around on beds or stuff. They basically spawn in medical areas, and these are the 2 best places I advise you to go searching for them. And then all you'll need after that are the Wasp drivers and the Hornet drivers. Honestly, no recommendations for this really. You'll find Wasps and Hornets on pretty much every single map. I don't advise doing Stellar Monsters though. You'll find more on the others. Just kill Wasps, kill Hornets, collect the drivers until you have enough. Once you have all that, you'll be able to hand all of your items in again and commit all of your resources and now complete stage 2. Which will then take us on to stage 3, which is Ferocious Foes. For this one, you are going to be searching for 10 Arc Performance Steel, 5 Shredder Gyros, 10 Leaper Pulse Units, and 5 Bastion Cells. You'll get the legendary stock as a reward for this. You'll also get 3 Anvil Splitters, some more currency to spend in the Real Money Store, and you'll get a Suppressor Blueprint. Now, for the Arc Performance Steel, you're going to get plenty of this while going for the Bastion Cells. This is a resource that will also drop off Bastions and Bombardiers as well. I'm not so sure if it drops much off Leapers. I think it can do. And also Rocketeers, basically the bigger enemies. And if you'll be going for a Queen and Matriarch later as well, it could also drop on them. So I wouldn't specifically just go looking for this. I'd work on the Arc Performance Steel along with the other items that you need for this project, because you'll just pick them up that way. However, if you are a bit like me, you've already got everything for all of the stages for this project, and you're still missing some Arc Performance Steel, you can farm it without taking on these bigger enemies. And how you want to do it is basically just search Arc Probes that can drop it. And if not Arc Probes, you have the big Barren Husks you can find as well. When you open up these big Barren Husks, there's a chance of Performance Steel being in them also. Although a very low chance in them, there's still a chance. And if I'm going to be searching Arc Probes and Barren Husks, I'm going to be using the damn Battlegrounds map, because on here, there's 3 that you can do. You get 1, like in the center of the map where my cursor is here at the breach. You'll find 1 there. You're also going to find 1 in the South Swamp Outpost, again, around about where my cursor is, just west of Water Treatment Control. And there's also 1 at the Old Battlegrounds. So they're the 3 that I know of on damn Battlegrounds. You can search all 3 of those Barren Husks. And this is also quite a good map for Arc Probes as well, the standing up ones and the lying down ones. So these are things you can search without taking on the bigger enemies to get these if you need a few more. For Shredder Gyros, you just want to head to Stellar Montis. This map is the only map with the Shredders on. They're not too difficult to take care of. Again, if you've got a weapon like an anvil with heavy ammo, or even like a renegade with medium ammo, shotgun, anything really, you're going to be able to take these out quite quickly. Just aim for the lower parts of them where the thrusters are and destroy them. They'll go on fire quite quick and you can destroy them. If you're going up against them with like light ammo though, again, like a kettle, stitcher, things like that, they will take longer. So make sure you have plenty of cover around for when they explode so you don't get hit by them, because they can kill you very quickly. But Stellar Montis is the place to get these. One run will do. You're going to find loads in the sandbox area. You'll find loads in the cultural archives area as well. There's loads in the lobby. There's some in medical research as well. They're pretty much all over this map. Just go find 5 of them, kill 5 of them, and pick up the Shredder Gyros. Now, the most annoying part of this project for me was the 10 Leaper pulse units, because not that Leapers are annoying to kill or anything like that, it's just that they didn't really spawn all the time. And when they do spawn, sometimes you only get 1 off of them. They do have a chance to give up to 3 though if you get lucky. Now, as we get to these tougher enemies, I will advise a loadout for them. A anvil with heavy ammo is always going to be good. It's good against these tough arc, but it is a slow process. It's not super quick, so you can take an anvil with heavy ammo if you want to. It will get the job done. I did a lot of my leapers with this on screen right here. I had a shotgun with me as well, just because. But if you want to get leapers and rocketeers and bastions, bombardiers done very quickly, what you can do is take an anvil in with heavy ammo, but then take a hole cracker as well. The hole crackers are very good, so you'll take the launch ammo in with that, and these can get rid of leapers or any big enemy quite quickly. So hole cracker anvil for me is the perfect combination. I'll probably take in loads of healables when I'm doing stuff like this, just in case I get hurt, and a blue shield is always advisable as well. And one final thing that you can do, if you go to the trader, you can also purchase from the grenades and gadgets. You can get 3 trailblazers per day. These are good against the leapers. They're also against any ground-based arc. They can do a tremendous amount of damage when you're up close to them, and I highly recommend using these if you have them or can purchase them. And while we're at the traders, you can also buy a hole cracker once per day. You can get unlimited launcher ammo there as well, so it's something you can purchase. And the same with the anvils, you can buy these daily as well. So if you don't have the blueprints yet or no way of getting them, every day you can get them. Now, just going back to the Leapers, I would strongly recommend the damn battlegrounds for these. Now, they do spawn on Spaceport quite frequently as well with multiple spawns. Blue Gate, you find them on Buried City also. But on the damn battlegrounds, my rotation for trying to find these is kind of like 3 locations I'd check. You've got just east of the Hydroponic Dome complex here, where there's some cover and it'll be roaming around this sort of area. You can check there, but again, doesn't always spawn. They can spawn over in the Red Lakes as well, so it's worth just looking at the Red Lakes to see if you can see a leaper around here. They can be a little bit higher up near the small creek here, the research and admin. They can also spawn near the Red Lakes balcony lift, so kind of all this area you want to check. And then finally, you can go to the water treatment control elevator there. That extraction, there'll sometimes be one on that extraction as well. So I just keep on going to damn battlegrounds, looking at all these areas for the leapers to spawn in. I'd kill them as quick as I can, just making sure you have cover. Leapers are very easy to kill if you've got a little bit of cover. They've got 2 attacks really. They'll leap at you, so you got to make sure you can dodge that. Something above you is great because they can't land on you that way. And then they will also have this like pulse attack that they do. Just make sure when they charge that up, you get out the way if you're close to them, because that will also hurt. But other than that, very easy to kill. And then finally, you want your 5 Bastion cells. So same tips as before with the Leaper. You want to take in a good loadout to get this done quick. So if you have some of those grenades, then great. If you have a hole cracker, great. But if you've just got an anvil and heavy ammo, then that will do the job. It's just going to take you longer. The good thing about Bastions, though, they tend to drop a lot of the Bastion cells when you kill them. There's a chance you can get 5 off of 1 Bastion. Not all the time, but they definitely drop more than 1. So just a couple of these should do you. Again, there's going to be loads of places you can farm the Bastion, so I'm going to give you three that I like to use. The Spaceport, if we head to the Spaceport map, you'll always find a Bastion kind of like in the middle of the launch towers and the control tower around this area. Sometimes he will roam a bit more south and be in the middle of container storage, vehicle maintenance, and the control tower. So if you go and look around this area here, you can find a Bastion. Stella Montis will always have a Bastion spawn in. I've never not seen it. And the location of it, if we just go to the top of the map, it is at the loading bay. This is where you're going to find it. The loading bay has quite a lot of structure to it. There's like, it's very high levels and low levels. The Bastion is found on the very bottom level. And then my favorite Bastion location would be Blue Gate. If we inspect this map and just go north to their head house, you can get to this location multiple ways. You can go through reinforced reception. There's going to be some ropes going down to the tunnels. You can go through the outer gates at checkpoint. But if you head to the head house and just go down, you're going to be in the tunnels and where the Bastion will spawn in. There's also going to be a lot of arc down there though as well, so just be careful of that, but it's a good location to fight it. Now for the Bastion, this is very deadly. Unlike the Leaper, this is going to shoot at you when it sees you, but that is its only attack. It basically sees you and it shoots at you and it'll just aggro you. So what you need to take on the Bastion is just some cover. Make sure you are dodging the bullets when it fires at you, and try and get it so you can get two angles at it, so you can fire the hull cracker at it from one angle. When it starts shooting, you can switch again to another angle to start shooting. It has weak spots on the knee as well. If you can take out the weak spots on the knee, it will go down to offer you some more sustained damage. And it also has a weak spot on its bum, so at the back. If you can take that out as well, that'll cause some big damage to it, and it will also go down for a few seconds, so you can do some sustained damage without it shooting at you. The Trailblazer grenade works very good on the Bastion. If you have three of these on you, you can get close behind it and throw all three of them. It should die by the time the second one hits it, and the third one's kind of like a guarantee. Sometimes I've thrown three at a little bit of a distance and it's not done it, but they will do tremendous damage to it, meaning you won't have much left to do. And then once you have all of those items at hand, you can commit all of those resources to complete stage 3. Which then brings us on to stage 4, which is dominant dangers. For this, you're going to have to find 10 arc synthetic resin, 10 magnetic accelerators, 8 rocketeer drivers, and 3 queen reactors. Your rewards for this is going to be a level 4 Bobcat, 5 Wolfpack grenades, some more currency, and then a Bobcat blueprint. I will start with the arc synthetic resin, and just like before with the arc performance steel, this one is going to drop off of things like your Bastions, your Bombardiers. I think you can get them off Rocketeers, and you can get them off Leapers as well, potentially. So while you're going for these things, you will pick this up. You'll also got to go and fight some a Queen and a Matriarch as well. They also drop them. So just keep an eye out for these while you're doing this other stuff, and you should get there or thereabouts by the time you got everything else. I still needed a few after I had got everything else, and exactly the same again. You want to be searching things like your barren husks. You want to be searching arc probes, and they can drop in them also. So if you still need a few, just search things like that, or just carry on killing Bastions and Bombardiers or whatnot, Leapers, until you get it. The magnetic accelerators are going to be very easy. You will pick some up if you kill the Queen and Matriarch, potentially, because they will drop quite a lot of them. But you can just craft them. If you go to your workshop and go to the refiner, it is something that you are able to craft. I do think you need to have the refiner fully leveled up at level 3 in order to do this. But as long as you've done that, you can craft these with just arc motion cores and advanced mechanical components. Advanced mechanical components can also be crafted out of steel springs and mechanical components. So this should be pretty easy, and because we are killing a lot of arc during this project, you're going to come across a lot of arc motion cores as well. So make sure you're picking these up and just make what you need. Again, if you do take on the Queen and the Matriarch and actually take on and defeat it, you're probably going to come across quite a few of these. And if you're just looting high loot zone areas, these quite commonly drop while you're farming those areas as well. So this shouldn't be an issue at all. Next is the Rocketeer drivers. You do want 8 of them, and I know for a lot of new players, Rocketeers are very scary. They're actually one of the easiest ones to do. They will fire rockets at you. It's their only attack, but again, as long as you've got cover and you can just evade their attack, these aren't too bad. Now, if you're just taking an anvil with you, they're going to take a long time to take down. A lot of people like aiming for the thrusters, breaking them. Once you break two of them, two of them, they'll drop to the ground for an easy kill. But I just aim at it in the face. If you just aim at the face, there'll be a weak spot that breaks off, and you'll be doing a lot of damage if I just keep on shooting it in the face. It'll smoke quite quickly before going on fire, before you can destroy it. It's not too bad with an anvil. However, I highly recommend taking a hole cracker on this one, because with a hole cracker, with the same process, just shooting it in the face, you're going to break the weak spot very quickly. You'll be doing mega damage very quickly. It won't take you long to destroy it at all, which means you're going to be dodging its rockets for far less time. So all you need now is a lot of Rocketeers. And my advice here is to go to damn battlegrounds, because there's always a lot of Rocketeers on damn battlegrounds. Similar to the Leaper earlier, you're going to find one roaming around the hydroponic dome complex potentially. Also, it can go to the central swamp lift, so look around this area. There's sometimes one hovering above the water treatment elevator. There's normally always one around the control tower at the dam, so it's worth checking around this area as well. And you're pretty much guaranteed to find one up north at the power generation complex also on that extraction. They love to be there. And down at testing annex as well is another area where you can see them. What I tend to do when I'm looking for Rocketeers on this map, I'll head over to the control tower, to the dam. I'll go up top. I'll try and scout them out. If I can see them, I'll shoot at them, bring them up to me. And then there's plenty of cover up there for you to dodge the rockets and bring them down quite quick with the hole cracker. The only thing with that is sometimes they drop down to the ground level. You got to get down to loot it, right? So another great area is kind of just off the control tower in the middle of power generation complex, and the control tower is the breach and the floodgates. At the top level around here to the floodgates, there's a lot of cover that you can use. You can bring it over, you can dodge the rockets quite easily, and when it comes down, you're much more closer to it, so you can loot it. These shouldn't be too difficult though. 8 does sound like a lot. They are guaranteed to spawn one for you. Quite often you will find 2 or 3 Rocketeer drivers off of one, so it shouldn't be too long until you have them all. And then the last one for this step is going to be 3 queen reactors. Now, you're going to have to wait until there's a queen event on for this. It's called the Harvester event. So I wouldn't wait until you get to this stage to take on the queen. If you see a Harvester event on, and this is going to be the same advice for the Matriarch as well, go and get them. Because, you know, if you don't have a lot of time to play or anything like that, and you're waiting for one of these events, it can take a while for one to start up. So you might miss your opportunity. So if you see it, go and do it. You don't even need to kill the queen to get these. Now, I do advise going in with a loadout where you are set up, ready to take on the queen and kill it, because in all likelihood, there'll be enough people helping you, you'll get it done. But all you need to do is fire a hole cracker. So a setup for the queen or matriarch is basically what I've advised for the others. Hole cracker, you want more ammo when you're taking on the queen or the matriarch though, so plenty. I normally take in about 3 or 4 stacks of launcher ammo. I'll take in an anvil with about 200 plus heavy ammo, and that's normally enough. Make sure you do take in a lot of heals, so I'll make sure I double up on heals, double up on shield recharges when I'm taking these on, just in case. The queen isn't as hard as the matriarch though, and its attacks are very easy. There's kind of 2 attacks. It's got a laser or fire at you. You got to be careful of that. If it's facing you, make sure you've got cover, you can get out of the way. But also it has rockets, so you want a bit of cover where you can get inside so the rockets can't harm you when the queen fires the rockets off. But other than that, it's pretty easy. There will be some other arc about, no doubt, when you take on the queen, so be ready for wasps and hornets, potentially Rocketeer coming around as well, so just be ready. But just take off the queen's legs. Once you destroy a leg, aim for the legs, and once it drops to the ground, if the queen moves out of the way and you think it's safe enough to go and loot it, these will have queen reactors in them. So just shoot the legs, get the parts to drop off and loot them while you're in battle and try and get them that way. Now, if you really wanted to, if you wanted to be a queen rat, you could basically go in on these. You could just hide and just try and loot without doing any work. That's also what people do. So yeah, feel free to do that if you want to. But I much prefer taking part and even trying to kill it. It's nice to kill a queen. There's loads of loot for everybody at the end. And if you're watching this and thinking, I always get killed by players, there's a tip I forgot at the start of the video. I'll mention it again at the end. But just make sure you get onto friendly lobbies with things like this. If you're in a PvP lobby, you're probably going to die and lose all of your good stuff. So what you want to do is do 3 loadout runs for a bit. It's normally about 5 runs that you need, and just don't shoot anybody. If anybody shoots you, let them kill you, and keep on going until you find a lobby where everybody's just running around and nobody's shooting. Once you get a lobby like that, you are then on friendly lobbies, which means the game is matchmaking you with other people that don't shoot at people. There's always the chance someone's going to shoot at you though, so don't forget that. However, on a friendly lobby, that is definitely when you want to be taking on queen encounters or matriarch encounters, because if you're not on a friendly lobby, they are very, very difficult. But once you have the 3 queen reactors along with everything else, you can commit all of your resources and finish off stage 4, which will then take you to the final stage of this project, imposing Behemoths. For this, you are going to need to donate 5 Exodus modules, 3 Geiger counters, 8 Bombardier cells, and then 3 Matriarch reactors. So you're going to get 2 Snaphucks, a Jupiter, you're going to get 50 currency, and then you'll get a Snaphook blueprint. The Exodus modules aren't hard at all. You can purchase one of these a day from Celeste for 55 seeds. So just make sure you're doing that if you're struggling to get them. But they do appear quite a lot when you are just looting high loot value areas. This is like with the magnetic accelerators earlier. These will drop quite frequently in them, so shouldn't be too much bother. But also there's a lot of items you can get from Stellar Montis, which are epic items, like the Geiger counter, but there's some other things like an ion spitter and things like that. Now, when you get them and dismantle them, they'll also give you Exodus modules. So that's another way you can farm these. But purchasing them, if you're sure, is the best way to do it, and you'll be able to get them that way. And then for the Geiger counters, you need 3 of these. And as I just mentioned, you want to go to Stellar Montis. They will spawn in Exodus areas, and there's 2 areas where I will look for these. If we go to the top layer of the map, you'll want to search the assembly workshops, which is a technological area. You can search the assembly, which is a technological and Exodus area, and then the medical research area as well, which is medical and technological. These 3 areas here are what I search to find things like the Geiger counters, ion spitters for other quests you've had to do, and yeah, you just keep on searching those areas until you find them. Make sure you got a safe pocket, get them out. Once you got 3, you are good. And as far as I'm aware, they only spawn on this map. You cannot find them anywhere else. For the Bombardier cells, very similar for the Bastion and the Leaper. Just going with the best loadout that you can. You would have been working on Bombardiers before when you're going for their spotter relays, so maybe you could have farmed for these at the same time. Like with the Bastion, they're more likely to drop more than 1 of their cells when you kill them, so you might get a nice chunk of these off of 1 kill. It's definitely going to take a couple of kills or more though, because they won't always give you a ton, but yeah, they will drop multiple cells when you kill them. These are probably one of the hardest ones to do though, because their attack, it's only 1 attack and it's just going to basically bomb you, and it does a lot of damage, and those spotters will pin you out wherever you are, ping you out, and they'll fire wherever they see you. So what I like to do with the Bombardiers is kind of like what I advise you to do before for the spotters. Head to Buried City. It's my favorite map for them. And if you can get it to spawn on the parking garage, then just head to the space travel building. You've got great cover there, which is what you need for one of these. And then just fight it from the space travel building. It's still got a chance of hitting you, but you have a roof above your head. It's got to hit you, well, if it hits you in there. And you can kind of see when it's about to fire. It's stout on its top will rise. And you know it's about to fire some bombs at you. So you can get out the way where you can just keep on using cover, peeking, doing damage. These again will have weak spots, and they are the kneecaps, so you can take out the kneecaps to sit them down for a few seconds for sustained damage, but just keep firing a hole cracker at them and they don't take too long to kill. If you don't have a hole cracker, you're just going in with an anvil and heavy ammo, it is going to take a lot longer. Definitely aim for those kneecaps for the sustained damage. As soon as it goes on fire though, a few more shots and it'll be done. You can again use the trailblazers on these. If you've got a way of getting close to it and you can get behind it and throw a couple of trailblazers at it, a trailblazer will take it out. Normally 3 of them is sufficient as long as you're close enough. So that's a nice and easy way to kill them very easily. If they're not in the parking garage, again, it could be in Murano Park, it could be south in the old town. The easiest spot is definitely the garage though, because of how easy the cover is, but all locations will work as long as you've got sufficient cover. And then finally, you want 3 matriarch reactors, and exactly the same as what I suggested with the Queen. Go in, be ready to take it out, plenty of launcher ammo with your hole cracker, plenty of heavy ammo with your anvil. Make sure you're on friendly lobbies. And just as a reminder, if you want friendly lobbies, just go in on free kits. Don't shoot anybody. Make sure if someone shoots you, you just die. Eventually, you'll notice you're in friendlier lobbies. This is when you want to be taking on the matriarch, no sooner. And also make sure if you see a matriarch event on, you just go and do it, because these are timed events. You can't always take these on, just like the Queen. So if you see a matriarch on one of the maps, go and do it. Try and get these 3 cards. You don't actually need to kill the matriarch. Again, just aim for its legs. As parts drop off of it, you will be able to go and loot those parts and pick these up. You don't actually need to kill it. And if you want to be a matriarch rat, then you can go in with a free loadout or whatever you want and just watch people take this thing on and go and rob the parts that way as well. That's also an option. Now, the matriarch is a little bit more difficult than the Queen. It has a blue shield that's going to bring up every now and then, but other than that, its attacks aren't that much more difficult. It will fire rockets at you. It'll try and blind you with canisters. It'll have gas canisters, which aren't lethal, so you don't need to worry too much about them. You will want to treat it like the Queen, though, with some sufficient cover to make sure you dodge the explosions, and it will fire at you as well with a gun. So you definitely want cover when taking these on. Its worst attack though, or its worst mechanic, is that it will call in other arc. You will have to take on Rocketeers, Bastions, Bombardiers, Leapers, Fireballs, Ticks. It will bring in the lot. So make sure you're ready for this. Make sure you got sufficient cover. Very much easier with a team or server of people taking this on, because it can get very overwhelming, but also a great opportunity to get some of those other pieces if you kill all of that as well. So yeah, definitely do this as soon as you see it. You only need 3 matriarch reactors though to get this done. You don't even need to kill it. And then with all that in your inventory, you can go and commit all these resources and be done with step 5, which will then be the end of the project. You'll have your trophy display. Like I said at the start of the video, all this is a display in your area where you've got your like expedition and projects. You see it here next to your expedition vehicle, your caravan, but you will be rewarded with all of these as well. The Howl emote, the Jupiter, acoustic guitar, energy clip, and coins. But that's it. That's everything for the trophy display. I hope this video has been helpful in some way. If it has been, again, don't forget to like it, subscribe for more content, drop a comment down below to support the video further. We'll be back with some more content soon. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, take care.